Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Truth Council 23 with me, Truth Nunez, and our spiritual council. We are here doing our 32 series, How to Read the 32. And so now we're at Spades energy. If you have not checked out the previous videos, I definitely recommend that you do that. Or if you're here for a refresher, welcome back. Glad to have you, my lovies. So Spades. So spade energy is very thought-focused energy. Spade energy can bring in conflicts. Spade energy does tend to bring in arguments or procedures, or debates of some sort. Spade energy can also signify everything that's happening in your mind that has yet to settle in the physical. Ace of Spades energy brings in a contract. What I mean by contracts, it could be a signed contract. For example, you go to Home Depot, they print you a receipt. You have to sign to agree that you're going to pay, that your credit card company or whoever is going to be billed X amount of money for that bill, and eventually you will pay. So you have soul contracts. Those are all soul contracts, and you have signatures on those contracts in the 3D. The Ace of Spades can also bring in a verbal contract. I agree to come and, for some of you, I'm getting something about like clipping hedges. So you're working with a landscaper. I want to cut those hedges, and I'm gonna come in, and we don't have to do some type of legal mumbo jumbo. Let's just skip that, and we agree that I'll be here Friday. And so that's a verbal contract, but it's still an agreement, and you are agreeing to pay for services. There's some type of an exchange happening in the energetic field, but first there has to be the key that opens up that door. And this is kind of that. It's a key that opens up a door energetically through some type of an agreement between two parties, or three or four. Seven of Spades, certainly. It's funny, again, I studied this coming very from a Eurocentric perspective, and people that worked with the 32 for many centuries, families that have worked with the 32 many centuries. And in our society, I guess in the American way, this one is a little difficult to read for certain people, but certainly certain events, certainly it is an assurance. It's almost like you have coverage in something, or certainly these are certain events. It is reassuring the condition. Eight of Spades, physical or psychological states of dis-ease, being out of ease, stress, or ailments. For example, if it comes out with a King of Spades and the Eight of Spades in a reading, that's a hospitalization of somebody. Eight of Spades by itself, you have not yet, or someone has not yet gone to the hospital. Eight of Spades energy, for some of you, there's unintended spreading of STDs in the field. So maybe for some of you, that's something that needs to be healed, or someone around you. That message is coming in for some. We don't turn the channeling off, my lovies. Not in this context, and this is what I love about this, my lovies. But Eight of Spades energy, physical or psychological states of dis-ease, being out of ease, causing stress or disease within the body. But it starts in the soul first. It's a spiritual thing. These, when we see them normally, they're kind of conditions that are, they're going to pass. There's just kind of like passing energy, but sometimes people get stuck in this more in a mental state, so it can create really heavy stress on the mind. If anything, Eight of Spades energy, I more often than not find, and usually it's tied to the Nine of Spades energy. Normally people get into this energy because they're frustrated over some type of block, because now when you last too long in this energy, it does actually create some type of block in the physical. Nine of Spades energy is a block. Unlike the Nine of Diamonds energy, the things that come with this, they are blocked. You need to find another path. Spirit will open up another pathway. No, it's useless, running your head up against a wall when Spirit's saying you're just gonna fall. It's better to just go another way. Nine of Spades energy invites you to wait Nine of Spades energy is a block. It invites you to wait, and there will be some type of other opening eventually. The Nine of Spades, I often find it comes out with a Nine of Diamonds energy. So this situation is blocked for you, but something else will be coming. 5:11 on the clock. 10 of Spades. In this present moment, or something that is happening very, very quickly. The 10 of Spades does signify that something will be coming in within the next 3 days. We also work off of the full moon or the lunar phases, or by the next new moon. 10 of Spades energy, it's the card of rapidity. It's the card of speed. It's the card of rapidité. I think I said rapidité en français, but I translated it into English. Anyways, you'll correct me. But 10 of Spades energy is immediacy. That's a better word. Things that are happening very, very quickly. It's a sense of immediacy. So in this present moment, you have a Queen of Hearts around this. So in this present moment, you have news from a sister, a daughter, or a friend, or very, very quickly. It could be within the next 3 hours. It could be right away. 10 of Spades energy is very, very quickly, or in this present moment. Technically, it is not the 10 of Swords. That's not how the 32 works. Esoterically, though, as a channeler, if you are feeling a 10 of Swords energy, you can pick that up. Sometimes Spirit does give me visions that I'm relating an 8 of Diamonds to the 8 of Wands in the tarot, which has a different but similar meaning. And so, you know, as a channeler, I would always say use your best judgment and your intuition. But the meaning of this card originally is in this present moment, or things coming in very quickly. Things coming to pass very, very quickly. Jack of Spades. Out of all of the cards in the 32, this one is considered the most notorious. This one is considered the most negative of entertainment. Okay. The negative of energies. Jack of Spades energy is one man, so one person with a penis, born with a penis, one woman, a person born with a vagina, or a group of men, or a group of men and women, or a group of women who do not have your best, or a group of men who do not have your best interest in mind in a situation. By themselves, the way the energy comes in, though it's not necessarily the most comforting of energies, they just want things their way. Doesn't necessarily mean they want to hurt you. This is more like an adversary in a situation. Are they super negative? Not necessarily. They just want their way in a situation, and that's what they want. They want to follow a procedure. They want things to go their way, and so they're kind of your adversary. With the 8 of Spades, that's when it gets a little bit more sinister, more malicious. Jack of Spades with an 8 of Spades energy does bring in people that are actually deliberately trying to harm you, trying to put procedures in place to harm you. It could bring in people that are working together to get you fired, people that are working together to harm you physically, people that are even using some type of negative manipulation of energies to harm you, because the Jack of Spades with the 8 of Spades is voodoo, or whatever you want to call it, hoodoo, cuckoo, white magic, black magic, blue magic, Wicca, Tricka, whatever you want to call it in this planet. It's negative manipulation of energy to harm another. And these people, Jack of Spades with the 8 of Spades, it could be one person. Again, the energies will tell you, or the cards around it will tell you. It could be one person or a group of people that are working together or working against you in a very negative way to actually harm you. By itself, the Jack of Spades, again, is just a man or a group of men, or a group of men and women, or a group of women who do not have your best interest in mind in a situation, and they want their way. Not to say that they necessarily want to harm you, but they do want their way in a situation. And if your way works with their way, you can negotiate with these energies. It's more, at the end of the day, they don't have necessarily an emotional tie to you, or not a positive one anyway. It's more neutral. Queen of Spades is firstly your mother, so the person that birthed you, or someone that is like a mother to you, or a grandmother, or an older female around you. So firstly, your mother. After that, which other females come in. It could also bring in spirits like the King of Hearts, well-meaning masculine or feminine spirits. So the King of Hearts can bring in well-meaning masculine spirits. The Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts. For some of you, you have a well-meaning sister who passed. The Queen of Spades brings in a well-meaning spirit of a female. But firstly, it brings in your mom, or the energy of a mother. The Queen of Spades can also represent the querent, meaning the person that's getting the reading, or the person that is inquiring. If you are, or if she is, older than, let's say, in her late 40s into her early 50s, and normally, we also associate someone who is single, widowed, or divorced with this energy as well. The King of Spades is a legal entity. So it could be a court. It could be a judge or someone high ranking in the government. It could bring in a hospital. It could bring in a corporation or a group of people working together. 11:11 was on the clock. King of Spades energy can also bring in legal matters or procedures. Medical procedures and all of the entities that govern those procedures. Okay, well. All right, my lovies, 11:32. So we shall continue. We are now going to go and work on the video for the clubs. So stay tuned for that. Again, we wanted to make it more digestible, and that way when you come back, easy to reference and to go through each video in a more, I think, digestible way. But until next time, my lovies, in love always.